Welcome in to Extreme Talk. I'm James Shannon. Thank you so much for tuning in. What an exciting weekend of football we had for those teams that were playing and started the season a little bit earlier. We're going to get all caught up on what happened. We'll also talk about the Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl that happened yesterday. Eli should be joining here not here in a little bit. A little bit of scheduling issues with him. Blake, he's out for the day. It was a very long morning, and Blake got home and said, "Man, this bed looks good," and I can't blame him. I can't be mad at him. So Blake is off today. Eli will be here in a little bit. I'll be joined by American Sports Prep head coach John Teasley, probably about 3:30 or so. We'll talk about their upcoming matchup with Tri-Cities Christian Academy at the Black Bear Brawl on Saturday. And then we will get caught up on all the games. A lot of teams starting up this upcoming weekend, and it'll be great. I'm loving it, man. It was, like I said, it was a long day yesterday, a long weekend so far, really. Catching some football on Friday night, driving up to Gatlinburg yesterday, doing the Black Bear Brawl last night, and uh, and then coming back today, and we got the show, and then we'll do it all over again next weekend. But football season's here, and it's great. It's great. I want to give a big thank you to Andrew Caps and Rocky Top Sports World for their hospitality. It's always great to team up with them and work with them. And I was going to have Andrew on the show today, and I was talking to him last night about it. He said, "Man, I'd love to, but I'll be umpiring baseball for 12 hours." And I said, "All right, well, you do you, man. Better you than me, honestly." So we'll catch up with him a little bit later in the season. But a big thank you to them. I want to give a really big thank you to the guys helping out yesterday with the broadcast. Of course, Whit Maxwell was the video director. Charlie Serafian was play-by-play for both games. Blake Biggs was a color commentator and then a camera operator for the first game. Michael May was color for the first game and then camera operator for the second. Brendan Daniel holding camera down, another camera down. So everybody was awesome to work with and team up with. And listen, I'm always looking, and the team, we're always looking for ex players or kids who are in college who want to get into media. The door's open. Like, would love to get you on board, get you involved, doing a broadcast or being on the show or doing something behind the scenes, and maybe something with social media. There's a lot to do, so the door's always open, and absolutely love getting ex players. I think yesterday, of course, Blake and Mike were ex players. We've had Eli Cornett, obviously, who is an ex player. Andrew Hasley. Who's some of the others? Travis Creasy called a couple games in Florida last year. He was former coach. Hunter Wilson, same deal, former coach. Who's some of the others that have called games? I'm spacing. It's been such a long weekend. If I forgot your name, I apologize. It was not on purpose. Trent Legate, worked for a season with us. Isaiah Austin. So always love getting former players involved. Speaking of Trent Legate, he played at Pleasant View Christian, and his senior year was the last time they had football. It was back Friday night. 2016 was the last season of varsity football, and Friday night they suited up for their first varsity game in, 10 years? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So this would have been year 10. So they didn't have it for 9 years. But it was huge. It was great to be out there and see everyone supporting the guys. Started off strong, and then Lancaster just they look good. They look good, and they handled business. So really enjoyed getting to see everybody there. Before I touch base on Saturday, and then we go over the other scores. We As we've done the last 2 weeks, we have had a moment of silence. Uh, so I would like to have a moment of silence now for the SIFA. I'm spacing on. We had a moment of silence for something last week, and then a new topic to have a moment of silence for. Uh, and I think I'm going to get this right. Blake would correct me if he was here, but he's not, so I'm going to take a shot at it. The Natchitoches Parish Christian Athletic. It's a co-op between Freedom Life Academy and Psalms Athletics down in Louisiana in the ACL. Had a schedule, was going to go for it, and officially have dropped out of playing football this year. So at this time, I would like to have a moment of silence for our previous topics, and then for the Natchitoches. Let me make sure I got this right. Natchitoches Parish Christian Athletics. Freedom Life Academy made a run last year. Psalms was going to get involved, and they were going to team up. Gone but not forgotten. At least for this season. Thank you for joining me for that moment of silence. You really do hate to see a program that was going to have football, and especially a co-op, and then not be able to do it. I mean, that's a gut punch right there. It really, really is. I hate it for the young men on both sides. Let's run through the scores. I talked about in the SEEC, Pleasant View Christian and Lancaster Christian. They faced off Friday night. Lancaster, it started off pretty good. Lancaster pulled away there, 60-18 win for the Knights. Also on Friday night, Chattanooga Patriots, Tennessee Tigers. They faced off in a SEC South matchup. Chattanooga gets the win in that one, 12-7. Very very strange game. Had a couple lightning delays. It was just it was an interesting situation, but Chattanooga gets the win in that one, and one win closer to a playoff spot for at the end of the season. Let's go down to Louisiana. Let's stay SEC. We'll talk about yesterday. So, we will start at the Black Bear Brawl. South Haven Christian taking on the Pack Panthers, rematch of last year's game. Of course, South Haven last year jumped ahead quite a bit, and then Pack came back and won the game. I think it was 36-34 was the final score there. This time, though, South Haven all over the Panthers, 56-35 win for the Patriots. So they start out the season 1-0. And then not in Gatlinburg, Tennessee Heat Christian Community, a SEC North matchup. And it was a wild one. I was getting text updates on this game last night while we were doing the broadcast and getting packed up, getting on the road. Had a lightning delay. But the Tennessee Heat, first year under head coach Kevin Eakin, first game as a head coach for Coach Eakin, and Tennessee Heat 42-36 win over Christian Community. CCS up 28-12, I believe, at one point. And Tennessee Heat able to come back and tie it. CCS tried the field goal with about 3 seconds left, and it got blocked and returned 60 yards for a Tennessee Heat touchdown. So a big, big win for the Heat. CCS kicks off the season. with the loss and a divisional loss at that, so that one's tough. Down in Louisiana, if this will pull up, got a couple games on Thursday night. Let's see. Thursday night, Mid-State Homeschool 46, North Shore try saying that 10 times fast. North Shore Vultures 46-14 Mid-State Storm over North Shore, and then last night JPG 58-8 over SWLA. So JPG on a roll, and of course the Guardians. We got a chance to talk to their coach last year rather, and they were on a multi-championship winning run. I think they won it last year. Let me see. There's John Paul the Great Academy in Lafayette. Let's see. Now the phone's running slower. Yeah, beat them 38-14. Beat Acadiana 38-14 in the championship. So the win streak continues for John Paul the Great. Big win streak for them too. I mean, it's about time. Like, come on, guys. Let's. Whoever knocks them off is going to be wild. It's going to be a bedlam. Whoever beats them. I'm trying to think who else played this past weekend. I don't think anybody did. Of course, SEC, this is their first week of play. ACL, same deal. I think that was it. Let me look through. I don't think Virginia has started. I don't think South Carolina has started. Let's see. They got a team playing next week, as does Virginia. So we'll get to those games here in a little bit. I know we're waiting on Eli to hop on real fast. I'm going to step away real quick, and I'm going to grab some water because I neglected. Well, hold on. Nope. Wait. Let's see. All right, we got some water. All right, we're good. I thought I was going to have to go get water. All right. Please hold. And we're back. Drink of water has been acquired, and here we go. So, while we're waiting on Eli to get on here, I do want to go over something real quick. For those listening that may not know what we have or what we were able to do last year, you may not be familiar with the situation. So last year, I really wanted to help teams get going in terms of broadcasting their games, and YouTube sometimes can be a bit of a scary place. It's a big platform, and so what I did is I created the 8-Man Extreme Network on YouTube, and it is 8-Man Extreme Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, Mississippi, Florida, North Carolina. Let's see, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. Yeah, so all of those states have an 8-Man Extreme Your State channel. Last year was awesome. We had teams streaming on 8-Man Extreme Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama. We had a team uploading their game film to 8-Man Extreme Florida. We ended up with some games on 8-Man Extreme South Carolina and Florida and NHSA tournament, as well as 8-Man Extreme Louisiana. So it was cool to be able to kind of build those channels up a little bit and get them off the ground. But it's really, really easy to get started. We've got a whole setup that we can lay out for you. You can either get a laptop involved, and if you have someone filming your games already, all you got to do is just run the video from the camera. If your camera's got a mini HDMI, an HDMI port, run it out from the camera to the computer. Just got to get a capture card, and then obviously you just need a hotspot or some Wi-Fi, something like that, and you could stream your team's games, and we help set up the links, and we get the thumbnails, we get everything set up, and all you got to do is click on the link and go live. Try to make it as easy as possible. You can add a scoreboard with keepthescore.com. It's who we use. It's a very simple setup, very easy setup. Now, if you have someone filming the games, it does add a little bit of extra work to their workload already. But it's probably it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. You can get a second person involved to do the scoreboard. So really two people, and no one has to commentate. No one has to talk. You can just get it going, right? Run OBS on the computer, and you're good to go. The other option is you can use an iPad. You can use a phone, but it'd be hard to stream or hard to film, like in terms of seeing the ball. So I recommend an iPad, but you can use an iPad running Prism Live Studio. It's an app, and the paid version we pay for it. So there's multiple. We get you signed in, so there's multiple accounts, or you're signed into multiple accounts, and so we pay for the premium version. And there's some perks that come with it, as well as keepthescore.com. We pay for that as well. But you can use an iPad, then you got a phone or a second tablet, whatever, to do the scoreboard. And if you want to do commentary, you can get some Bluetooth. I think you can use Bluetooth earbuds maybe, or like a Bluetooth headset, or something like a DJI mic. I think Walmart has a brand called Bauer that has some wireless lapel mics too. So there's a whole lot of options that you can put to use to make it to where your team can be watched by grandma and grandpa and aunt and uncle and mom and dad and whoever else might want to watch the kids play. And then the argument's always, well, the other teams will get to see what I've got. Well, okay. I mean, sorry. Um, you know, if they're that desperate to sit there, first off, if they're watching live and you're playing on a regular Friday night, why aren't they playing? That'd be my question. That would be my inquiry. Inquiry. I think that's how you say that word. I'm kind of rambling here, but I do wanna wanted to kind of share that as an option, that you can get your team's game streamed. I'd love to help you get it set up. Just shoot us a DM, shoot us an email, and we can get you the information that's needed to be able to do that. And we can get that going. Of course, with the season fired up, there's not a ton of time left. So being able to get that up and running is great. So, like I said, shoot a DM, shoot a message. You can go watch some of the games from last year on some of the other channels. I think mainly 8-Man Extreme, Louisiana and South Carolina. There might have been a game on 8-Man Extreme Virginia, but I know for sure those two games, or those two channels, are going to have some of the games from Florida, and you can see kind of what we're working with in terms of equipment, what it'll look like, what the end the end of it looks like. So, is there music playing? Oh, it's the national anthem from Saps being played earlier. Interesting. I was like, I know I hear some music. I'm not. Anyways, sorry. It's a long weekend, long weekend. So, um, Eli is currently still tied up. What I'm gonna do is I am gonna step aside for just a couple moments, and then when I come back, we'll get Coach John Teasley on the phone, and we'll talk to him about American Sports Prep and the upcoming game at the Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl. So I'll step aside, and we'll give you, let's see, We'll give you a little bit of something to listen to. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. And we're back. Stepped aside for just a moment. Had to take care of something. I've done this once or twice before, and I know this is kind of unprecedented. Got a few people listening, but I haven't really done this. I think it would be interesting. This is so risky. So if you listen, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open up the phones and take calls. I'll tell you what I'll do as well. I'm going to put. Oh, this is risky. Should be fun. I'm going to put. Let's see. Not my number. I'm going to put a number on the screen because I think I have the ability to do this. But I'm going to put this number on the screen. And here's what we're going to do. You're going to be able to call in. If the call gets rejected, right, there's already somebody on the line because it's going to be a one-at-a-time kind of deal. And my finger is going to be on the hang-up button. It's going to be real quick. I mean, real quick. So, if you got something to bring up, if you got something you want to talk about, let's do it. Let's do it. There's the phone number. And, of course, this is really awkward if nobody calls in. Really, really awkward. But let's give it a shot. So, numbers on the screen there. If you got something you want to talk about. I will say, yesterday, I actually told the guy, I think I said this earlier. I told the guys at halftime because South Haven went up. And I told the guys at halftime, I said, hey, listen, just so y'all know, for the ones that weren't here last year, this game is not over. Like, not even close. Like, this game is not close to being over. Because if you remember, if you watched the game last year, South Haven actually went up. Was up on Pack at the half. And then Pack came back and won the game. So I told the guys, I was like, hey, listen, don't write this off yet. Don't check out just yet. at least give it till the third quarter. So, big congratulations. Also, I do want to bring this up as well. I want to make sure I have all my info right before I say this. Let's see. Let's see. Where's Gatlinburg? There it is. Let's see. All right. So for South Haven Pack, congratulations to senior Cade Atkinson, who was the MVP of what they're calling Game Zero, and of course he's punched his ticket to the Gatlinburg All-American Bowl in December. So he has a spot already. He doesn't have to be voted on. He is locked in for that. Um, and then also, well, I guess they're calling it Game 1 because they put Game 0 and then Game 2. Also, congratulations to Henry Smith from the Lighthouse Warriors, MVP of Game 2, Lighthouse Warriors versus Tri-Cities Christian. So congratulations to both of those young men. They're locked in for the Gatlinburg All-American Bowl in December. I believe the date's on that. Let's see. Gatlinburg had them pulled up there a second ago. December 17th through the 20th. And of course, they've decided to change things up a little bit. And Andrew Capps will talk about it here in a few weeks when he comes on. Planning on having him on around the time nominations open for this, but I think it's on the schedule there. Yeah, it's on the schedule. Okay. So practices will start on Thursday. They'll have an opening ceremony for Group 1. And practices will be Thursday and Friday. And then 3 games on Saturday. Next level, Smoky Showdown. Well, let's see. Okay. So there'll be 3 games. Next level game 1 and Smoky Showdown. Let's see. Rising Stars. Where is the Rising Stars info? Because I'm guessing that game's probably about 10 o'clock. If I had to guess, probably 10, 1, and 4 is what they're going to go with. And then on Sunday, they're actually going to go with 2 games. One at 10 a.m., Battle of 2028, and at 1 p.m., Next Level Game 2. So just using one field this year, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Instead of having 2 fields, just to have the one, have all the equipment there and all the gear, and just be able to pour all the resources into that. But let's go ahead and get Coach Teasley on the phone here. Well, it looks like we're having some issues with that. Let's try this. Well, it looks like that piece of equipment's acting up. So let's go with this. Live production. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, let's try this again.
Hello.
Joining me now is the head coach of American Sports Prep. They'll take on Tri Cities Christian Academy this Saturday up in Gatlinburg at the 2026 Black Bear Brawl, the second round of it. Coach Teasley, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, I was trying to call you, by the way, had a couple technical difficulty, but we got it figured out. So I want to kick off by asking you about your background a little bit of coaching history, help folks get to know you a little bit.
Well, I mean, I've been coaching since 1999.
Wow,
Uh, I've been in, high school, middle school, elementary school, about every level you can coach at. And me and just excited to still be doing it.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's talk about American Sports Prep. Um,
Yeah,
Obviously, it's something that you were very passionate about, and you guys brought football in last year. You were at the Black Bear Brawl taking on the Tennessee Heat, and you played a full season. But what about American Sports Prep? Let's talk about the history of it a little bit.
yeah. No, me and my wife, we decided that we wanted to help young people, and we decided to start American Sports Prep. It is basically for homeschool kids that want to play football in the Tuscaloosa and surrounding counties in Alabama. And we represent God, we represent our country, and we in athletics. That's what we're all about.
And the name American Sports Prep. What's the history there?
But it's just we wanted to honor our country and in what we do. And I think it's big to, if you're going to spread something, might as well be patriotism and the good old fashioned USA.
Oh yeah.
And our mascot, we're the Americans. And it's just, I mean, it's just one of those things where we just thought it was a time to do something like that.
Now you know that means you got to run out to Hulk Hogan's Real American, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've run out to a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's a good one.
Seems like a pretty natural fit there. Um,
Yeah,
I want to ask you. Obviously, last year, first year, you guys had football. Talk about
yeah,
that experience a little bit, bringing in guys. How many guys did you have that had played previously? And I want to get you to talk about last season a little bit.
yeah. No, we had a young team. We had two seniors on it, and a lot of guys. We had a lot of guys that never played before organized football, but that's what makes it fun. Just being with guys that are wanting to learn, wanting to play, and doing it for all the right reasons. And yeah, last year was good. We played a whole complete season. We won one game, and but we were in every football game, and our guys got better as the year went on. And I feel good about this year. Uh, they're better than what they were last year, and I think that that they're just gonna continue to get better the more they play.
And coming from last season into this season, obviously you guys, did the off season workouts. You had your training camp here in the last few weeks. Um, what's kind of been the message and the motto with the guys that maybe came back from last year to try and build on what you guys were able to do?
Yeah, no, it's basically being better than yesterday. That's our motto. Can we be better than we were the day before? And we try to focus on the things we need to work on, not the things we like to do, not the things that we're good at, but we're just trying to get these guys to understand to focus on the things that they need to work on and get better at. And I think they're embracing that, and they put a lot of hard work in this year, and I just can't wait to watch them. See it work for them. That when you work for something and you put so much into it, we call it sweat equity, and
Oh
and these
yeah.
guys are highly invested right now. So
How excited are they to hit somebody that's wearing a different helmet?
Yeah, no, they excited. They like they had a great experience last year,
Yeah.
with the Black Bear Brawl and just we share the gospel everywhere we go and that's another thing that they're excited about trying to see new people and but yeah they're ready they're ready to hit somebody else other than themselves, I'm sure.
Well, let's talk about the players a little bit. Who are some of the guys to keep an eye on Saturday? Obviously, um, it could be guys that came back from last year. It could be guys that really stepped up um, over the off season. Who are some of these guys that we're going to keep an eye out for?
Keep an eye out for Chameleon Johnson. He's a wide receiver slash athlete. He plays a little corner for us, but his speed is tremendous. He's probably one of the fastest young men I've ever had to coach and had the ability to coach. And then we have a senior quarterback this year, Austin Booth, who he set out a year and then he played with us last year, and then I think he's feeling a little more comfortable, so he'll be another one to watch. And we got a just overall. I mean, he's one of probably he's just what we call a football player, and that's Lathan Burrows. He plays fullback for us and linebacker. He's about 6'2", 210 pounds, nothing but muscle, and hopefully he'll have a good year too.
Now,
And then we got our offensive lineman. We got a senior on the line,
yeah.
Brendan Latham. He's probably one of the best linemen in our league, and so he'll be another one to watch. But yeah, that's our four guys. I think keep an eye on for this Saturday at least.
Did you get to got without giving away trade secrets, obviously, and coaching secrets? Did y'all
Yeah.
get a chance to watch the game last night? What was and if so, what was the kind of reaction from the guys?
No, they just they excited, like I said, about going, and we try to do our homework on everybody we play, and we try to be prepared for all the teams that we play. But they feel good. We play Lighthouse. They're in our league, and so yeah, they're just excited of just getting an opportunity to play. A team like I see. So they're just happy to be here, man. We all are.
Now, are you guys in ACSC or are you still independent this year?
Well, we're still independent, but that's who if we get an opportunity to join the league, that's the league we'll go to.
Absolutely, great. It's a great league. I mean, the competitions level. I would think just is just going to make you better,
Yeah,
in my opinion. So I'm looking at the
yeah, no,
schedule. I'm looking at the schedule. I see this American Bowl here at the end of the year.
yeah.
Talk about that a little bit.
No, it's just a bowl. That it's basically to end our year. We'll play the last man out of the playoffs in that conference you were just talking about,
Gotcha.
and so we're just gonna have a bowl game, and just have a big end of the year event for these guys as they get ready to move on to the next level. So kind of just give these seniors one more game and just give them an opportunity to play one more game. Since we're not in the league, we don't get to go to the playoffs and things like that. We just decided to hold a bowl game and yeah. So whoever the last man is on that other that missed out on the playoffs in that league, that they'll get to play us for,
That
for one more game.
that's awesome. I love that. I love that. Um, I want to back up again to last season. And
Yep.
as you went through the year and guys kind of experienced live football for the first time, because obviously, like I mentioned earlier, practice is great. You got to have it. But when you hit those live game reps, it's a whole pardon the pun, it's a whole new ball game. As the guys went through the year and kind of experienced a live ball, game situations, talk about the growth that you saw in the guys and in terms of like um, in terms of figuring out what to do, what not to do, how to help their bodies, preparation. I want to get you to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, no, just like you said, the more you play, the better you get. That stands true, and and it's totally different than practice because in practice you can line back up and run it again. In the
Yeah.
game, it's you get one opportunity to execute, and you gotta make sure you understand what you're doing, and you got to be in the right place at the right time, and there's no redo after that. So we made a lot of mistakes early. We cleaned those up throughout the year. You could tell that we got better at that, and just guys, just like you said, getting used to playing on Friday nights that normally didn't get a chance to, and yeah, just being under those Friday night lights is nerve wracking enough. Just those guys get opportunity to do that now that with experience. They got a year under their belt. I feel like that they're ready for it now, and they know what to expect, and they're more prepared. I think coming into this season in that aspect as they were last year.
I didn't even think about that, but that's another perfect example of where I think football preps you for life because there is no practice in life. Like if you make a mistake, you mess up, you can't line back up and run the play again. You just got to adapt and roll with it and learn from it. I mean, that's a perfect. I didn't even think about that. That's a
Yeah,
perfect
no,
example.
that's
That's
yeah, no, that's the way it is.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, Well, I mean, so looking forward to this year. I mean, obviously, you guys are playing the all the teams from ACSC. You've got the Mississippi Tornadoes, Russell Christian. Um, the finding the home field because you got a lot of home games here. Finding the home field. Where are you guys? I see the address here, but what was the process like getting that home field up and running?
I mean, it was already ready. It was a school that decided to. They haven't had football in a couple years, and a long time ago, I helped build that field when I came back to Tuscaloosa, and it was just an opportunity to reach out to them, and it'll help our program have a place to play, and it also help their program, hold an event there and get their kids excited again, hopefully about football and get their program up and go. So, but yeah, no, it's not much work. It's just paint it and it's ready to go, and yeah, we're just excited that we don't have to travel all over the place and actually play here in front of our friends and family here in Tuscaloosa. So it worked out perfect.
No more barnstorming all season.
Yeah, we
You
were on
know.
the road, buddy. Road warriors.
Oh yeah.
We went everywhere.
How's the because you mentioned bringing in homeschool athletes and obviously Tuscaloosa home educators or Tuscaloosa
Yeah.
Warriors there in town. What's been the reception in terms of the homeschool community there, kind of getting behind y'all?
Well, they're the Tuscaloosa home educators had football a long time ago, and like I said, we're new here, and we're trying to work with everybody, even them, and they don't have a football program in their athletic department, so it worked out perfect for us. But yeah, we had some from Tuscaloosa home educators that are that are inquiring about the program, and I think once they understand that we're here to stay, that they'll be good. They'll be good with it.
Now, Coach, you know we got to get that game with Tuscaloosa Christian.
Yeah, yeah, we play
We
them this year, so I'm excited about that.
did hold on. Did I miss that? Some hold on. Maybe
Yeah,
I
we
missed
play
it.
them in Cottondale.
How did I miss that? That's cool. Little hometown
Yeah,
game there. I bet the travel will be great on that one. Um,
yeah.
I got to ask, obviously, starting a program up from scratch, and you've been doing it, like you said, since '99. Doing it for a while. Starting a program up is a an interesting route that not a lot of people go down. Is there anything you
Yeah.
learned maybe from the first year to the second year, either whether it be coaching, administration, maybe somebody out there is thinking about starting up a program, they've got kids interested, or maybe they're kind of in the same boat as you. Maybe they're looking to take that first step. What's something you learned, either starting the program up or just going from year one to year two?
Yeah, no, it's just like with anything else you decide to do. You're either going to be all in or you're not, and
Yeah,
it's going to take being all in and committed to doing it. and that's we got to the point to where, we've talked about it a long time, and we just decided we were going all in for this, and we felt the Lord leading us to do it. Anytime you start something, you want to make sure you start it for the right reasons. Um, everybody thinks they can do it. It's one of those things, but it looks easy, but I think when people make it look easy, it's really not easy. They just make it look easy,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
so and then it's a learning process every year. I mean, the tax brackets change, uh, your insurance changes year to year, and I mean, it's just something that it's just any business you start. It's one of those things to where you just got to be able to be able to adjust and adapt to all the different things that it takes to have your own program and business.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
but the football part's the easy part. The athletics is the easy part. It's all the red tape that you got to jump through, and the hoops you got to jump through to be able to start something.
A lot of prayer. A lot of doors got to be opened.
Yeah,
Well, we talked about the players, we talked about the parents and the community. I want to give you a chance to shout out maybe some of the people that have helped you with the program, whether it be coaches or even if it's a non-coach. Who are some of the because you're only as good as the people you put around you, I believe. And so,
that's
who's some
right.
of the people around you that have kind of helped you get going with this? Whether, like I said, whether it be a coach or a non-coach.
Yeah, no, there's so many people, man. The list is so long. Uh, but whether it's financial reasons or volunteer coaching reasons or donation, I mean, it's just so many people. I mean, we have a family, the Lathams, uh, Colby and Tara Latham. They've been tremendous in helping us get this off the ground because they believe in the same thing. And we have Philip and Pam Maxwell who runs Maxco Oil here in town. That's been a big sponsor for us, and that took care of things. And we hold a big event every year. We hold the bass the Lake Tuscaloosa Bass Bash fishing tournament, and we'll be starting fishing teams this year for American Sports Prep, and all the people that's involved in that. So many sponsors, so many volunteers. I mean, it's just so much, man, that we're grateful and thankful for. God sent us the right people at the right time, and it
Yeah,
just all just working out. So it's one of those things to where, I mean, I can sit here and it'll take the rest of the day to name everybody that's helped us do something. And but yeah, no, they love it, and without all of them, we're nothing, man. We're just glad to be affiliated with them, and just thankful that they like what we're doing, and hopefully we keep it up.
absolutely. It takes a village. It really does. Well, I feel like you're the perfect person to ask this question to with the amount of traveling you did the last season with all the away
Yeah,
games. Post game, if
yeah.
you have your choice of where we're eating the post game meal, where are we going?
Post game meal, Canes.
Raising Cane's, okay.
I
All
like
right.
Canes or something easy,
I'm
something
I'm
we can get in and get out.
yeah. I'm more on the Zaxby side, but
Yeah,
it's it's a flavor thing. It's a taste. It's a taste thing.
yeah.
All right. One other question for you. Really, really stupid question, but if we stop at the gas station, what are we going with? What are we picking up?
We're picking up a coconut Red Bull and a Snickers.
There you go. There you go. Straight nothing salty, nothing savory.
That's it.
All right. Fair enough. Fair
That'll get
enough.
that'll get that'll get me down the road.
Well, make sure you grab one on the way up to Gatlinburg this Saturday. Uh,
Yeah.
Getting ready to take on Tri Cities Christian Academy. Coach Teasley, I appreciate you coming on with me, and
Yes,
I
sir.
enjoyed meeting you several years ago when I went to North River. Super hospitable, and really enjoyed seeing you again last year. Looking forward to seeing you Saturday.
Yeah, very nice talking to you, and anything that we can do to help promote your program or whatever, just let us know.
Appreciate it, Coach. We'll see you Saturday. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we'll
Uh,
see you. It's Coach John Teasley from American Sports Prep. Uh, Really, really enjoyed getting to know him. I think it was 2022 is when I went and did a game at North River. It was North River and Evangel Christian out of Montgomery, if I believe. I believe, if I remember correctly. Um, they're in. I think they were still in CFA. I don't think AIS had started football yet. Maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be off on my ears a little bit, but anyways, yeah, so they'll be up there Saturday for the 2026 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl Week 2. Couple other games taking place this upcoming weekend there in Gatlinburg. Um, so that one, let me get this pulled up real quick. So that one, I believe that's the 4 p.m. I don't want to misspeak. See, Andrew would have corrected me by now. Andrew would have know it. Let's see. Let me get it pulled up real fast. Uh, please hold. Let's see. So American Sports Prep Tri Cities Christian. So that's the 7 o'clock game down on the lower field there at Rocky Top Sports World, and then also on that lower field at 4 o'clock. This is all Eastern. That'll be the Mississippi Tornadoes taking on the Southern Christian Patriots rematch of last year's game, where Southern Christian got a big win in that one. And then later on, so that's down at the lower field. At the upper field, if I can find the games. We got two big matchups happening at the upper field. So at 4 p.m., you've got the East Central Patriots taking on JP2 out of North Carolina. Let me get this pulled up real quick. Taking on JP2 out of North Carolina, a team that played for the championship last year. I believe they played for the championship. Let's see. John Paul. Greenville, North Carolina. Football 25. So let me check Cary real quick. I think it was no, they lost in the second round to Cary Christian, and then Arundel Parrott beat Cary in the championship. So they got knocked out second round of the playoffs. So that game is happening at 4 p.m. on Saturday, and then the main event there on the upper field is a big one. The Tennessee Tigers are back. They took on the Augusta Eagles last year. This year they're back to take on Faith Christian, also out of North Carolina. So we got a Tennessee versus North Carolina matchup and a Alabama versus North Carolina matchup. And again, those 4 games happening on Saturday. We'll be there broadcasting all of them. We'll have the 2 upper field games on our main channel here, 8-Man Extreme. And then the 2 lower field games we'll have, let's see, probably put them on 8-Man Extreme Alabama. Probably have them on us on our Alabama channel. So you'll be able to kind of watch both of them at the same time. And I think we're going to do that to help with making sure there's no streaming issues either. Had a couple of those. But let's back up. Got some games on Friday. Faithful Explorers. They are taking on Ezekiel Academy on Friday night. And then on Saturday, we got those 2 games for the ACSC. A lot of teams starting up next week, but there are some teams playing some week 0 games. Tallulah, I believe it was Tallulah and River Oaks down in the MAIS. Let me see. I think that one's on Friday. Yep, Friday. River Oaks and Tallulah Academy. Of course, last year, let's see, they did not play last year. Tallulah, though, pull this up. Max Prep's not wanting to cooperate with me. Tallulah 8-6 last season, getting knocked out. Actually, I think they lost in the championship to DeSoto School out of Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, lost to DeSoto. So they lost in the championship. River Oaks won the championship for Division II there in the MAIS. So going to be a big matchup there in Louisiana. Let's see some other games that are happening here in the SEEC. I'll be here in Tennessee. Got a few games. Let me get them pulled up here. Completely unprepared, completely unprofessional. Friday, Lancaster Christian is at Riverside Christian. Riverside kicking their season off. Freedom Cowboys on the road taking on the Tennessee Heat, the Independence Bowl. They got the trophy that goes back and forth depending on who wins the game. And then a rivalry renewed. These schools are only about 30 minutes apart. Pleasant View Christian and South Haven Christian will be squaring off on Friday night, renewing that rivalry once again. And then on Saturday, no SEC games on Saturday. Now, there are some interesting Week 0 games between two of them on Friday. Pack Panthers take on Jefferson Davis Academy. It's a long-standing rivalry, and so they will play on Friday in a Week 0 game for their conference. And then there's a big one. Here's a really big one. Before I mention it, Friday up in Virginia in the VISAA or VISFL, Fuqua taking on Kinston Forest. That one's on Friday. On Saturday, it's a big one. North Carolina versus Virginia. Cary Christian. They are headed up to Virginia to take on Brunswick Academy. Cary, the runner-up there in the NCISAA, and then Brunswick won their championship last year. They've won, they've won a few championships. I know they're the defending champs, so that'll be a big, big matchup there. Let's see. Yeah, they beat Southampton 15-11 last year. Let's see. They beat Southampton 2 years ago, 24. They beat Broadwater 3 years ago. I think they've won it 4 years in a row. I wanted to double check myself. Yeah, so they won it 4 years in a row. They beat Blessed Sacrament Huguenot 4 years ago, Broadwater 3 years ago, and Southampton the last 2 years. So they're going, I think they call it a drive for 5 is what they've got going on there in Virginia. So Brunswick and Cary, it's a big one. JDA and Pack. It's another big one. Pack, one of the teams that went over to the GAPPS, and they'll be playing 9-man there, but still playing some 8-man games, still keeping those rivalries alive. I don't think I missed any games. Like I said, there's not a ton of games this week. If I did miss one, definitely shoot us a DM, shoot us a message. We'll keep up with it and kind of check out, make sure we update that information next week on the show. Hopefully Blake and Eli will be back. I don't know. Schedule's pretty wild. Pretty busy situation there. But I think that'll do it for this week's Extreme Talk. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see y'all Saturday at the Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl there at Rocky Top Sports World. We'll see you then.